What's up guys, and welcome back to another G35 video. Have you guys ever wondered how a G35 would sound like with two vibrant ultra quiet resonators?
For the people that don't know, I ended up installing a Y pipe on the G35, and the Y pipe is able to be modular. I'm going to be installing a vibrant ultra quiet resonator even though I already have one. I've been playing around with the sound. I really want to get the sound nice. One of my complaints was the drone, but I got the drone addressed. It's still a little too loud though, so I'm going to be installing that onto the G35 today.
Typically when I'm installing anything exhaust wise, I usually go to a shop to get it installed. I'd always just get it welded because I didn't have any way of welding it myself. But in this video it is going to change. I'm going to attempt to weld the vibrant resonator onto the rest of the exhaust on the G35. The key word is attempt. I'm not sure if it will come out good or not. It'll be an interesting experience. I've never welded anything before. I've been doing a couple practice rounds off screen, but that's something that I want to pick up now, especially once I get into more custom things. Welding myself will be something that's a little more fulfilling and also develops a skill that I can use for other things as well. On top of that, it gets more expensive the more custom stuff I need to get done. Honing in on that skill will really benefit me in the long run with any projects that I have for the G35 or any other car. So there is a couple updates I need to get you guys up on. I got a new box from Harbor Freight. This is a 56-inch box. I got a drawer for the garage as well. It is a pretty messy garage at the moment. Another thing I did was epoxy on the floor. I did a light gray, that way the light can kind of bounce since it is all black on the walls. So another update is the FX35 that I was going to make a video on, I ended up selling. I never made a video on it. I was always on the fence about keeping that car. I ended up selling the FX35 because I picked up a Q50, so that'll come in the channel in maybe a couple months probably. I need to iron out a couple things. I want to make sure it is road worthy, in that way I can go ahead and show you guys and make an actual video, not just me showing you guys and not being able to drive it anywhere. Also, I know I haven't been uploading a lot. It's been a weird year this year for me, so it's been a lot of behind the scenes really, making sure I get this garage kind of sorted out. A very weird year, so bear with me. I know you guys are very upset that I haven't gotten the G35 tuned and I haven't gotten all this other stuff that I've said I need to do. We'll get through this year, and hopefully next year will be a very different year in terms of content and being able to provide some high value stuff for you guys. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching all these videos. Let's go ahead and get started with the G35 install.
Alright guys, so with the G35 jacked up, here we have the Y pipe. So the piece we're going to be removing and replacing is going to be this piece right here. So let's go ahead and take off this piece so we can mock up the rest. Alright guys, so here we have the two pieces. This is the piece that we just took off. This is the one we're going to be installing. As you can tell, the height difference is pretty big, so we need to match this height with this one since it is the exact height that we'll be needing. There are a couple ways you can weld this. One way would be butt welding, where you have both pieces and you just kind of lay them on top of each other and then you start welding right here. The other way that is a more simpler way and is better for people who are beginners is lap welding. What lap welding essentially is, you put this pipe into this one and then you weld. Somebody who's not as experienced, you can really burn through when you're doing butt welding because you have both of the edges connecting, so you can really just burn through the whole thing. Lap welding is going to be a lot easier to do, and there's a lot less risk that I mess it up. As you can see, I have the pipe already in, so the more I hit it, the more it goes in. So again, it'll make it easier to weld, and then I don't have to worry about burning through since this is very thin metal. This will make it a lot easier for me. What I'm noticing is that this vibrant resonator has a very long piece. I need to cut one side. Either side can be cut half the size of this, be able to have the flanges on both ends fit properly. I'm going to be cutting this in half, and then cutting this piece right here in half. That way we can have an easier time adjusting everything to be able to fit properly. There are a couple ways to cut, but I am going to be using this cut-off wheel. It's basically a chop saw, and it's going to make the cuts a lot more precise and also a lot quicker. Obviously, you don't need to buy this. You can use multiple different wheels to cut off the piece of pipe. Since I'm going to be doing this and I want to be able to do it quicker and easier, and for future projects be able to cut pipes and metal, let's go ahead, cut off the pieces, and then I'll show you guys what I'm going to do after. Well, there you guys have it. That is the piece that we're going to be installing on the G35. It's all fabbed up, essentially ready to be tack welded. So like I said, we had to cut this part, we had to cut this flange, and cut the bottom flange as well. And what's really cool is the vibrant resonator has a bigger diameter than the flanges. So the piping is able to go inside, and you can position it perfectly to what you need. So one of the reasons I'm doing this is, one, it's modular, so literally all I gotta do is basically take off 3 bolts and that's it. Super easy, would take maybe 5-10 minutes at most. So like I mentioned when I bought the wide pipe, the main goal was to be able to switch each modular piece and put a different sound to see which one I like the best. So honestly, this is no more than me just messing around, learning how to weld, and just trying to get a different sound from the G35. I don't think anybody's installed 2 vibrant ultra quiet resonators on their G35. You don't need to go to people and fabricate. If you have the money to learn the skill, definitely do that. I'm trying to do that myself, and it's really cool and rewarding to be able to do something like this when usually you'd have to take it to a shop and then have them do it, have them be the result of the product and not yourself. So one of the things that I've prioritized when learning how to weld is making sure that I'm wearing the proper PPE for welding. One of the things that you need to worry about is making sure that you have good gloves, you have a helmet, but also protecting your arms is a big thing that I've seen a lot of people talk about. They do get sunburns because of the welding if they don't wear a long sleeve. Do your own research, make sure that when you start welding, if you decide to do that, you're doing it properly. Alright guys, like always, there's a driving portion for the video. Right off the bat, I actually noticed it's a lot quieter, which is very, very nice. I still get that rumble, but it's not as bad as it was before. I can definitely have a conversation while speeding up. Other times it was a little difficult and I'd have to talk a lot louder to be able to have a conversation with somebody. I think it's what I really wanted in the beginning, where it's there, but it's not overly loud. But let me know what you guys think about a double vibrant resonator on the G35. Tell me what you think. There you guys have it. That's gonna be it for the G35 video. If you guys did like it, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new around here. G35 content coming your way. Still have a bunch planned for this car, so I hope you guys are ready. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Obviously, if I had known about that valved muffler, that single exit valve